Well, hello and welcome to X-Plane 11, and today we're going to do something a bit different from the flights I've posted before. There's no nav radios in this one, there's no DME arcs, there's no bearings, no radios. This is just going to be a fun, hopefully VFR flight with a little mystery tour involved. We're not going to fly too far, but hopefully you'll find it interesting. So we're at Wick Airport in Scotland on a nice sunny VFR day, and we're at the end of runway 13, calm, there's no wind, and we're going to be flying the Robin DR401 from Aerobask. And Aerobask make this plane freely available for X-Plane, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's a diesel engine. It's a great little VFR plane because it's very easy to fly and it's got great visibility. So let's jump into the cockpit, and we've already got the engine running, so we just need to do our final pre-takeoff checks. So we want the electric fuel pump on, which it is. We leave that one on, landing lights on, taxi light off, nav lights are on. We want one notch of flaps. We just check our baro pressure, 1013, so and we're already set to 1013, so that's fine. Got trim set roughly in the middle, so that's great. So we're ready to go, so we'll accelerate and rotate about 65-70 miles per hour. So here goes, and then we're gonna basically follow the runway heading for a short distance, then make a left turn out over the sea, and then come back in to cross the airport and town of Wick, and then head south for a short distance. Okay, so here goes. So parking brake off. That's the throttles. Throttle, because it only has one. We're up. Climbing strongly. We don't have gear to raise, but we can raise the flaps now, and I'm just gonna pull the power back. So we're not gonna be going too fast today. And you can see we've got the town and the airport to our right. North Head Lighthouse out there off the wingtip. I'm just gonna put some rudder trim in, straighten things up a bit, and make a left turn now, climbing left turn. We're only going to go up to about 1500 feet today, purely VFR. Looking up the coast now towards John O'Groats and Orkney. Over Sinkfist Bay, Reese Beach and Keys Beach. So now we're going to cross back over the airport itself and head south. You maybe can see that the airport originally had 3 tarmac runways. There's only one in active use now. In fact, the runways were only tarmacs, or all created at the start of World War II. Before that, there was just a grass strip here. So we're now going to head over the town of Wick. You see the harbour off to the left. We'll just kind of level off soon. Keep the power down because we don't need to go too fast. So we're going to head out following the south road, which leads onto the A99 to south of Inverness. So we just follow the route of the road. We're not going very far. excellent visibility from this aircraft. It's really nice. Now off to our right, coming up to I've forgotten the name of the loch now. Hempriggs. Coming up to Loch Hempriggs, and then just after that's only a small loch, and then just after that at the crossroads we've got the village of Thrumpster, and we're just going to go a little bit further than the village. This is Orbic's 2FGB North scenery, and it's looking really nice today. Now maybe you can see off at about a 10 o'clock position there's another small loch, and that's Loch Sarclet, and just to the right of that there's a small sort of triangular shaped clump of trees. So what I'm going to try and do is just bring the plane round and cut left just in front of the trees. So let's see if we can do this. Just start a left turn now. I'm just going to pause the simulator here. Although this might not actually be the best view. Now, I'm hoping that you can see on the ground in the field, this field here in front of the trees, and we have what looks like it could be a runway shape and a taxiway leading round. So we have a runway and a taxiway joining up here. I'm just going to go a little bit further. You can see it even more clearly now. It's a runway shape and the taxiways. Let's just take a look outside the plane. So yes, you can see reasonably clearly here. And what we're actually looking at, so let's get the view like this. What we're actually looking at here is a decoy airfield that was built in World War II near Loch Sarclet, and it was, I think it's basically built by cutting or heather or flattening it to look like it's meant to be a decoy for Wick airfield, which at the time was heavily used by the RAF. And not only did they create some fake runways, but also they made some, I understand the planes were made out of wood to look like there were planes on the ground. And at night this dummy airfield, and I think it used to go further up here where these trees are, it was all lit up as well, whereas I guess of course the main airfield would have maybe been kept in the dark. So in fact this dummy airfield was very successful in that it took lots of bombs were dropped on it in the war, so diverting lots of them away from the actual airport. I think it's fascinating that you can see it in the flight sim. I know that obviously the Orbix scenery uses ortho photos, and you can see the outline if you look on Google Maps as well on satellite view. But it's kind of cool to see it in the flight sim. And the other thing that I didn't appreciate until you saw it in the flight sim, because if you drive out here, takes a little. It doesn't take that long, but you know, you kind of think, well, it's actually, this seems like it's quite far away from the real airport, and would that actually have worked? Would anyone have been fooled by it? But when you fly, as we just did, I mean, it takes like what, a minute or two to get here, and you know, with the kind of navigation accuracy that they had in the war, and also if it was low visibility or whatever, you could quite easily see that this would be a pretty good substitute for the target for the real airfield. So yeah, I think it's excellent to be able to see it like this. So let's just jump back in the plane and continue. All we're really going to do now is return back to Wick, and we'll try and do a landing. So we'll head back north again. So what I'm going to try and do is make a crosswind join for runway 13. So we want to be joining at roughly circuit height, so about 1100 feet. The plane is flying nicely now, not having to touch any of the controls, trimmed up, and again you can see it's a really nice aircraft to go sightseeing in. So Wick airfield was used quite heavily by the RAF in the war, as I said, and various types of planes were based there, including reconnaissance Spitfires, and it's quite famously it was a Spitfire that took off from Wick that found the German battle cruiser Bismarck off Norway and managed to take pictures of it. I'm just going to keep speed down here because we want to be near flap speed for when we get onto the downwind leg. So it's just coming in now over the town again. So we're now going to make a crosswind join. Should have turned our landing lights and fuel pump off earlier. A little bit high, so we'll just come down a little bit. And here's the runway to our left. We'll just make a turn now to go downwind. And what we'll do now is we'll just pick out an aiming point ahead for a downwind leg. So I'm going to go up here just to the left of that small loch. Again, we just want to keep our speed down now, so that we're ready for flaps. Into the runway we passed. We may as well turn our lights back on and our fuel pump back on. And we're soon be ready to start our base turn. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to one notch of flaps and I'm going to start the base turn and just throttle back slightly so that we start to descend. There we go. And in fact, we can really start to turn final about now as well. And we'll go for a second notch of flaps and just reduce the power. A little bit high. I think we want to be approaching the threshold around about 70 in this plane. 70 miles per hour. So we have landing lights on, we have a fuel pump on, there's no gear to put down, we've got second notch of flaps. Coming onto the glide slope, we've got one red now on the lights. Just got to watch our speed. We've got two reds now. Pretty good. We don't need to land too early because we're going to have to go to the end of the runway anyway to taxi off. No wind today, so it's quite an easy landing. Down, and so we need to taxi to the end of runway. We can raise our flaps now. Taxiway's just coming up on the right. We can turn our taxi light on and landing light off now. Nice view of the airport today with the original Second World War hangars and in fact the original control tower is over here to the right. And we'll just park up here to the right. Okay, and that's it. So parking brake on, turn our fuel off, and turn the battery off. I hope you enjoyed the flight today. A little bit of fun, a little bit different, and a little bit of history along the way. Thanks for watching. Bye.